1 versus 1, 1 versus 2, and 1 versus the world? There's a lot of overpowered Manhwa, but not all of them is overpowered enough to fight the whole world. It's kinda difficult to find an overpowered MC that could fight against the whole world. Cause guys, 95% of you is not yet subscribed, and making this kind of videos is not really easy. We greatly appreciate if you subscribe, and it will surely motivate us in making more video recommendation. That's all, and let's begin the list. Number 10. Above All God. The ancient Sirius of the Red King, the capital of Demon Lord, was begged by everyone, jealous of the heaven, judged by heaven, deprived of the foundation of the fairy path, the throne of magic path, and died. However, the ancient Sirius was born 500 years later with the mysterious ancient Jade, the enemy of the last life, the revenge of this life, the shame of the last life, the snow of this life. I am an ancient Sirius, and I speak for myself. I know the plot is kinda confusing, but if you give it a try, it's kinda good. But a lot of people live because they think they are overwhelmed and only the fight is there. Maybe they missed the story. The story was super exciting and will make you want to read for more and seek for the end. And if you like FF class trash hero in which the MC is pretty much a sociopath, then I recommend it. Number 9. Rebirth of Immortal Urban Cultivator. During the anti-Catholicism period, the monk Chen Fanyu fell into the catastrophe of the day, but he dreamed of returning to the Earth's young age in 500 years. In the last life, he was on the top of the universe overlooking the world alone. This world is only willing to live with the right person. After 500 years, the immortal reborn and returned to the city to make up for the regrets and play the story of pretending to be the weak. This is one of those manhwa who never bored me, no matter how often I read. Story is good, something are repeated, progress is instant. As in any other cultivation manhwa, there are different levels. Main character road to get strong has its own unique and different arc. As the story progresses, the plot became more interesting. The main character always get out of the situation easily. He doesn't have difficulties very often, so there is no character development for our MC. But overall, if you like overpowered main character who fight against the world, you might want to check it out. Number 8. Winner Takes All. A young wealthy businessman was suddenly kidnapped by a dark organization that he refused to work with. He was used as an experimental subject of developing new chip-based technology that gives the subject extraordinary abilities. Would he be able to escape and take revenge? The plot of the story is not as redundant as most Chinese webtoons. Instead, it has a unique plot that we can enjoy. The main character is not just overpowered, and the author gave other characters some chance to shine. I like this so far. It's different from other manhwas. Number 7. I Am an Evil God. Across the realm is the manliest and most handsome evil god in history. The peerless, beautiful man, Shion, crossed over and fell into the Vixen lair. In order not to be drained of his entire life force, he travels between various realms, cut down a son of God, and repel the Confederacy Yang Yi. This is the story of how he eventually became an evil god. This is such a great man. It jokes with a lot of cliché setting but still brings a lot of originality to the genre. The characters are very funny, the art is amazing, and each chapter is quite the big read. Although the male lead has many girls by his side, it's not like he loved the girls but rather only for a matter of using the girls to become strong. It's like cheating men must die, having a baby with strongest anti-meta, and this is surely the result. Number 6. God of Martial Arts. In this world, martial arts earn respect. Weak martial artists have tens of thousands of pounds of force and are capable of breaking rocks. And the fourth can cut rivers and divide mountains. There are even martial art kings who know everything and can travel the universe. Martial art decides your destiny and your life or death. The weak are humiliated while the strong look out on the world. This is a world where the strong bullies the weak. The status of the people is determined by the level of martial art cultivation Each faction is fighting for the title of the strongest. Only the strong have the right to survive. Even if you belong to the same clan or faction, if you are weak, you will be bullied and expelled. I like the fights. The story and the artwork were really great. I hate how the main character ended up with the girl falling for him. In my opinion, it would be better if he had no romance at all, and if he just killed his enemies as he got stronger and had more allies. Volcanic Age. Chu Seo-chon, a man who survived the Age of War through sheer luck and becomes Hwasun Function's elder, only to live a life full of regrets and doubts. He then lies on his deathbed waiting for his time when he returned to the past. The story is surely good. The art and the story development was played out really well. I enjoy it. When he died, he was given a chance to relive his life once more, and he chooses to work hard so that he wouldn't be left behind by the martial art expert of his generation. Number 4. Strongest Anti-Meta. Scamming all day, every day, often venturing alone, he bluffs to get the ultimate power in this cultivation world. World Traveler Shokyu doesn't always bluff, but he needs to. The MC is hilariously troll. It is definitely worth reading. Chapter 5 is a section that gets incredibly dark, but everything else is comedy. If you're looking for a manhwa with good comedy, I recommend this one. Number 3. Nano Machine. After an orphan of the demonic cult, Chon Yun-woo was despised and his life was in danger. An unexpected visit from his future descendant introduces a nano machine into Chon Yun-woo's body, drastically changing Chon Yun-woo's life after its activation. The story of Chon Yun-woo's journey to elude the demon cult and become the best martial artist has just begun. The manhwa is amazing. The story is very well thought out. Although there is something overpowered like the nano machine that remains a challenge, this nano machine is really up to the user himself, and you will see the main character journey to learn how to use future technologies such as nano machines as a system to be powerful. The art is really good and the action in fight scenes are flawless. The main character takes on dealing with future technologies, giving him an edge and insight over everyone else. Also, the main character is a friendly character who can make friends, not a guy who just fight alone. Rooftop Sword Master. After being beaten and put into a coma by 8 of his classmates, Sejong woke up after 9 long months to find his father had committed suicide to obtain justice for what had happened to him. As a result, the investigation was resumed and the attacker who attempted to sweep it under the rug received appropriate punishment for his crime. But Sejong couldn't calm his anger and fear of the unjust world. He completely hid himself from this kind of world. The sun rose and set, the season changed, and he never left his house. But one day, a sudden and strange noise led him to open the door. Embedded in the middle of the ceiling was a huge blade with a world-fighting sword. It is probably be the most regretful thing you miss out on if you didn't read. The whole main character revenge madness is going to be the most satisfying thing you ever seen in a manhwa story. The plot is really decent and there are no escape stereotypes by sheer luck. The art style seemed weird at first, but that's just because it was different. Once you get used to it, it's pretty much perfect. It fits the atmosphere of the story very well. Number 1. Legend of the Northern Blade. As the one dive into darkness, the martial artists gathered to form the Northern Heavenly Sect. With the help of Northern Heavenly Sect, the people began to enjoy peace again. However, over time, the martial artists began to conspire against the Northern Heavenly Sect and eventually caused the death of the sect leader, Jane Kwan-ho. When everyone left the sect, Jane Kwan-ho's only son, Jane Moo-won, was left behind. Moo-won has never learned martial arts, but he discovered the technique his father secretly left behind and began to master the martial art of the Northern Heavenly Sect. This is probably the best example of the manhwa that is perfectly balanced between hype and story. The art in this series is not entirely normal and typical. It's a bit different from other shows, but I personally like it. Overall, I'm enjoying this manhwa and I like the style and presentation of the special skill and moves. The main character has the usual tragic story, of course, but he doesn't win all of his fight, which is I like. And that's conclude our list. How many have you already read? Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that bell so you will be notified for my newest upload. See you on my next video!